To any of you doubters out there that thought we didn't have the game in the bag, we were texting all throughout this game, and I kept telling people, yeah, Slim and Alex, I'm like, we got this in the bag. Even Slim told Alex, he was like, settle down, youngster. And we were just telling him, this is just a normal game. God damn, the cardiac canes are back. I think I'm putting in a request when I die. I'm going to put in a request that I get time served in purgatory for being a Miami fan. Jesus Christ, are you guys still alive? Are you?
Barely. And by the way, I'm the only one in the house that could make it through the game. Everybody else, done.
Like I told you, Slim, I was watching the game with my uncle, who we've watched Miami football our whole lives, and a lot of years if you add us together. He left right after halftime because it was like late as hell. He's like, man, here we are. We're back. I just had to text him. I'm like, oh my fucking God, we won. Oh my God, we won. I know he's like, probably going to see that in the morning, but wow, what a freaking game. Alex, you back with us?
Yeah. I fucking hate this team so much. But God, how did we win this game?
I think it's time for a renaming, because for over 10 years now, the game against Florida in 2003 in the Orange Bowl, which by the way was my last visit to the Orange Bowl before they tore it down.
R.I.P.
That's been called the comeback. Well, that one we came back from 23 points down. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have surpassed that. A new game has come to take over the reins of that title as the comeback, and it's going to be against Cal in Berkeley, where we came down from 25 to come back and win the game.
Was any of this even really real? I mean, after last weekend, and then after watching all the upsets today, did this really happen? I mean, pinch me, maybe wake up at this point, because I know we're going to get into a whole lot of bad that happened tonight, but at least let's celebrate for a moment before we get there. That's all I'm going to say.
Program announcement. If we're going to have salty Oregon fans in here, I'm going to need you to either remove your Crocs or your socks. You cannot be wearing both in this chat. Thank you very much.
I mean, there was like 3 different points where this game just fell over. The 2 biggest being the Cam pick 6, which was probably the worst decision I've ever seen a quarterback make. And then when they scored the other touchdown to go up 25. When they went up 25, I was like, this is 100% over. There's no way we come back from this. Literally the only reason I stayed watching and didn't go to bed is because I had to do this show. So in a way, thank you guys, and thank you, Mark, because otherwise I would have missed out on this, like I missed out on the Patriots coming back on the Falcons, because, yeah, I went to sleep during that game.
In response to that, Alex, I'm going to say that I actually said, wow, I'm going to stay sober for the post-game show. And because of what happened, I didn't. So thank you as well, Mark, for making me sit up and watching this. So welcome in, everybody. Thanks so much for being here for the Miami post-game live show. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. Well, what a freaking game. Slim, bitch about it. Let's hear you.
Actually, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm still in the middle of talking shit.
All right, let's talk shit.
Right now, there's only a few teams that can lay claim to 6-0 in the country. Alabama's not one of them. Georgia's not one of them. Even all the hopeful Tennessee fans are not one of them. And for much longer, neither are the Oregon fans, because that fraud team is fixing to get exposed by Ohio State.
Can you believe that Alabama lost to the Pigs? First time since 19
No. Tennessee lost to the Woo Piggies.
Yeah, Tennessee lost to them. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. First time since 1984.
That's not a sentence I ever thought I'd hear in my life. Alabama lost to fucking Vanderbilt. Which did you see that quarterback after the game? He's a rock star. He was cursing up a goddamn storm in that post-game interview. He did not give a shit.
I remember buying I saved up money. I got this car. My grandfather loaned me some money, blah, blah, blah. And I bought a cool 300. It was a 300ZX Nissan Datsun. The reason it said Nissan Datsun is because that's the year it came out, 1984. And wow, that car was like I felt like it was old when I bought it. It was like my second car, 1984 in Vanderbilt. Big ups to Vanderbilt. And one other thing I will say is shout out to all the Cal fans and the Cal Twitter and all that for making that fun. That was really fun to read, the back and forth, and the Cal fans. Good job. Sorry we beat your ass at the end.
Now, I do have to give. I've made a point of ragging on this, so I have to give flowers where they're due. There at the end, Mario took a knee. Can y'all believe it? He took a knee to end the game.
Alex, did you ever think you would hear Slim saying Mario took a knee?
Wait, hold on. I think I see pigs flying outside my window right now. I mean, I was convinced for a second. I was like, is he going to take a knee or is he going to try to run this? But no, he sent them out there, victory formation. With all the new stuff that's been added to the playbook this year, I think that's the biggest play we've added. The fact that we can now take a fucking knee.
I mean, do you think he got advised to take a knee? Was that added in by somebody else, or?
I think
I think he did.
I think it was Michael Irvin.
Okay.
Well, no, don't forget. Mario said that in the preseason, in the off season, that everybody, including himself, had to look at what they were doing wrong and do something about it. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, Mario hired that guy to slap him in the back of the head and go, "Hey, dummy, take a knee."
Yeah, the guy with the clock on his, is actually looking at a clock.
Yeah.
Now, one thing
my vote for that was for Flavor Flav because he comes with the clock.
Oh, that would have been badass, man. Flavor Flav coming out there, that would have been awesome. Yeah, boy, you got to take a timeout. Coming in there, that would have been cool as shit. But okay. So talking about timeouts, so I was listening to Coach Coop. I was listening to this thing, and when we didn't call that timeout, we were looking at like the seconds were going down, 12.
When it was ticking down to the 2-minute warning.
Exactly. And everybody in the thing, and I actually sat there and I commented in there. You can go back and look if you want to. I commented, no, this is a good call. This is a good call. Take this timeout because you would rather be in a situation with 50 seconds and 3 timeouts than you would be with 1 minute and 12 seconds and 2. If
I agree with you. I agree with you. You essentially have 4 timeouts instead of 3.
Exactly. 2, take a step back, take a deep breath, think about what's going on. I would rather be in that situation on, they're at third and whatever, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, whatever they were at. I would rather go to that next situation and have 4 timeouts, like you're saying. So,
my thing with it is when you look at the situation we were in with what you're talking about, Brendan, it was 3rd and 7, and we're moving towards the 2-minute warning. If Cal, let's say we call the timeout and we save ourselves the 15 seconds, right? If Cal picks up a first down, then now we only have 2 timeouts.
No, I was saying not take the timeout. I'm agreeing with what.
No. Yeah, no, I agree as well. I was like, it was smart not to take the timeout there.
Yeah, I watched everybody in Coach Coop's, stream. what the fuck? Why are we taking the
Well,
timeout? What the hell's going on? And I was like, no. You're going to
listen,
sit back there
that's
and look
one of
at
those
film.
things. That's one of those things. If it works, it's great.
Exactly.
If it
Exactly.
doesn't, it was a terrible idea.
I'm glad I was right. It's great to win, is it not, guys? Is it not out there? All you Miami fans, all my Miami family, is it not great to win again? But Jesus Christ, we can't keep winning like this.
No.
No, and I've seen a lot of people. You might as well get into the veggies of this show.
Let's go, Slim. Dive right in.
Lance
Dip it in that ranch
Guidry was not the problem tonight. Okay, it was a young secondary not sticking to their assignments.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for all the people that want to point fingers at the refs for bad calls that went Miami's way, there were bad calls that went Cal's way too. Their second touchdown of the game, their running back blatantly stepped out of bounds, and nobody wanted to go back and review that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't call that weak ass hit at the end targeting though. I'm really glad. I mean, powder puff football at its best, we barely hit the guy, and they actually brought it back for targeting. So I'm glad they didn't call that.
Yeah, well, and listen, my thoughts on the targeting rules are, often lamented pieces of YouTube lore at this point. I'll just leave it at this. This is football, not ballet. Or in the words of Mario, this isn't Hollywood, this is ball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna plead the fifth on that one, and I'm just gonna take the Jared Goff approach when he was talking about the Saints pass interference. Did they call it pass interference?
Well, you know what? Screw that noise. Because if you want to be consistent about the rule, every rush that quarterback had, he led with the crown of his helmet. Every rush, every running back ever has, they lead with the crown of their helmet.
Well, you're crippled at this point. If you hit too low, it's bad. If you hit too high, it's bad. If you tackle a person, it's bad. I mean, there's only so much you can do in the heat of a moment, and then the receiver with the ball lowers their head, or the quarterback, they lower theirs. So now are you supposed to lower yours, and now you're going too low? I mean, the whole thing's gotten way too goddamn confusing.
Yeah, I mean,
well, yes, you're absolutely right. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks, because defenses are taught to go low to avoid the targeting. Well, now they're going low trying to draw it.
Exactly.
So, listen, I've been against the targeting rules since the beginning. I understand the point in it. I do. Make better helmets if you're just that worried about it.
Or better rules.
I mean,
but spare me the whole song and dance of, oh my God, I'm so worried about guys in this sport, but I can go over here to another sport and wheel kick somebody into oblivion in the face, and we don't care about CTE over there. Or I can go into boxing and punch you as hard as I can in the head as many times as I'm absolutely capable of, and you don't care about CTE over there. Spare me.
Right. And there has to be like a little bit, like we were saying, I think right before we came live. That was my point. Targeting means that it is in the name, you were targeting something. That is targeting. That means you had malicious intent and you are targeting. That is where this rule started. So
right.
now
and
we have if you turn your head just these athletes can't change their mind halfway through based on what the other person coming at them changes their mind to. So the quarterback can lower their head halfway through a thing. You can't dive towards this person and stop your motion.
Well, we have
they,
some breaking news here, fools, if you'd like to hear it.
oh, what do we got?
The ACC has released an official statement saying Wesley Bassin told the review people up in the booth that he didn't identify as targeting anybody, so it wasn't a targeting call.
Oh, well, good for good for him for not identifying as something that should not be identified as. I got you, Slim. I love it. I love it. Thanks for everybody though for being here. We really appreciate. We see a lot of people coming in here, even not Miami fans, just people showing up to support the show, and we do appreciate everybody from all our Miami family to all you other people coming in here and just supporting us. We really do. Thank you.